This looks like a thing. No diving. Well, I got a gas mask.
I feel
Biohazard.
awful. You wouldn't happen to have an antiseptic bandage, would you, mate?
Man, they really only... Like, almost all of these quests existed in the previous game.
Someone threw a whole bunch of medical supplies all around here. I think I must have stepped on an infected needle. Would you help me clean it all up before someone else gets sick?
If I stick my fingers in that pond, won't I get infected too?
Well, it's not going to clean itself up.
That looks awfully unhealthy. I'm not sure I'd enjoy getting stuck with one of those needles.
Well, let's save first. I'm probably just going to get sick. It's also one of those where dying might not actually, like, do anything bad to you in this game. Ever. Community service, though. Alright, let's see. So this is biohazard. So is there anything up above? Not really, no. It looks like it's supposed to be running off in here. Gross. What else am I supposed to clean up? Because, like, half of this stuff I can't even interact with. I can knock him out. Oh, empty syringe. There we go.
Look, a friend of mine buried some nice things by the bloody rock. And I owe you something. You can have them.
Which bloody rock?
Not the bloody rock. The bloody rock. The one where they were cutting up those rats. You can't miss it. You can smell it from 50 feet away, and it's got blood and flies all over it.
Well, there's a dig spot. And another side quest done. Alright, we're just knocking them off one by one. So let's head for the bloody rock. Oh, and let's take the gas mask back off. And we've learned how to make a boiler suit. Like, I like the formula for this. I'm just shocked they spent the last 2 years doing, I guess maybe just the narrative quests? I don't know. I don't really understand how this game, was kind of organized and developed. I'd love to see, like, a... What? Oh. Okay. Invisible chest. Gotcha. Yeah, so these things just kind of spawn in wherever. And, well, sometimes they don't they don't properly spawn in. Man, nothing useful. I'll say again, I actually would love to see, like, a legit, like, fully realized version of what they're trying to do here. It reminds me a lot of Fallout 4, in both a good and a bad way, because Fallout 4 wanted to be both. It wanted to be a you know, in-depth story-based RPG, and it also wanted to be... Okay, yeah, we've already been through that one. It also wanted to be like a sandbox game, and it could never really, like, figure out which one it wanted to be along the way.
Fix up that pad right away. They always check your joy level and make sure that it's where it should be.
And so... Oop, that's a creepy house. Modeling Vomit Guy had a quest again, I think. Maybe? Cleanse the doors of your perception. We'll have to figure that out later. That might just be like a nighttime thing.
Once you do,
Let's see.
Well, it's the perfect thing to use to light a fire in your fireplace.
But, like, I don't know. Someday there's going to be a game that actually, like, pulls this off. The sandbox RPG with, like, an actual story. There's a couple of games that have kind
What I
of
expected the future to
tried
be.
it. Like, what was the one? I think it wasn't Far Sky, it was Skybreak, I think it was? Skybreak did, like, the same thing. And then they eventually, like, ditched it in favor of, like, kind of this bizarro Monster Collection game. Which is very confusing. Small chance of getting a discount when buying items. Hey, nice. Okay, once you get the doll back for the treehouse, he'll send you in there to get the cloth for the camo suit. Okay. Okay, I've been reading into it. Arthur is at least a level 6 vigilante. Gives him everything he needs, even bottled food. No fall damage, safe house, etc. Huh. Oh, you'll need joy pills. Bleh. Yeah, so we'll do the haunted house later.
I keep getting lost in my own neighborhood. I've lived there all my life, but lately it seems like they're moving the buildings around them. It's most disconcerting. I'm not old or anything, and I haven't been hit on the head.
I suppose Clyde's got his view now, the little
They're
shit.
not actually moving the buildings, are they? Buildings, are they?
Okay, so this is what's in there. Iron Lung. Toxic night fog does slightly less damage. Stackable. Yeah, sometimes the chest bug out and it puts you in loot, like the full loot window for whatever reason. No idea why.
Seriously, I'm glad to say that you clearly are taking your
Skyrim is awesome. Skyrim doesn't really have the sandbox, though.
the radiant future.
I mean, I guess you could call it a sandbox, but no, I'm talking like sandbox game elements, like this, you know, the survival elements. You gotta eat and, you know, take care of your health. Like, I'd actually love to see one that goes, like, really in depth. You know, you actually have to worry about nutrition. You actually have to worry about your health. If you get sick, it's not just like you take the drug and you're healed. It's, you actually have to, like, worry about making sure you're not going to, you know, get gangrene and die as part of it. And, you know, really, like, play up the survival element. Master Thinker. Things you make last longer. Well, I don't really have a whole lot of things that I make, but okay. Minecraft. I mean, it's a sandbox builder, but it doesn't really have the, like, you guys are just throwing out sandbox games, but none of them have, like, the really in-depth storyline that I'm looking for. Oregon Trail. So, like Oregon Trail, but somewhat more modern and realistic. I mean, Shell just said that, and maybe Oregon Trail had some interesting bits at the very least. Unfortunately, it feels like every game just kind of dances around the idea. Because, you know, it's hard to implement. And that's totally understandable. Like, it would be difficult to make, like, the, end-all, be-all sandbox RPG game. Is there not another... I was really hoping there'd be another, another hatch out here. Well, there's the rescue party and the golden record, so we want to keep going this direction. I'm just in full exploration mode. Conan had comprehensive story. Might not have been great, but it was there. Sort of. Conan never really had much of, like, a climax, or even, like... It didn't really have a beginning, a middle, or an end. It just kind of had a, like, a start... and then an end with, like, stuff. And it had narrative, but the narrative was just people talking at you. Let's see, Starbound. How's the story? No, you're right. Starbound kind of gets there, though... A lot of the sandbox mechanics were never, like, fully realized.
They all said he was dim. He wasn't dim. He was just... strange.
Got another, mystery location to check out. I am what I am. Oh, come back at night. Alright. So, adventure game with the Sims aspects. And eat, sleep, shower, get sick. Kind of... I mean, really, I just want, a more, like, fully realized version of what this game and Fallout is. Because, like, admittedly, I've got all the survival mechanics turned off, mainly just because they're not that interesting. But if you could set up a farm, recruit some people to, like, work with you, like, put together some kind of reasonable... I'm leery to call it a base, necessarily, but, I don't know. Oxygen not included in RimWorld might not be good examples. They have the, settlement management. But yeah, they don't really have much of a story. Because, yeah, I see games like this, and it feels like they wanted to be like a kind of a Dishonored style game, but that somebody else also on the dev team really wanted this to be like Zomboid-ish. Didn't Fallout 4 have a supported survival mode? Yeah, but the survival mode was iffy and limited. Like, they had stuff, but it really required mods to actually fully realize what it was. Like, I really enjoyed playing survival mode with Frost on. Because, like, you legitimately had to care and, like, think about what you were doing.
Put that down, you maniac! Tom! George! Harry! He's... Around here! Tourist!
I'm no tourist, I'm the Umbrella Man! Clearly.
Now we see the violence inherent in the system.
You're calling the whats?
Do we really have to do this?
Come in here, Torvald, and see what I have bought.
Don't disturb me.
I'm a menace. I'm a very successful menace, though.
Leave my friend alone!
Oh, she just died. She lives here and she still died from it. Oh boy. Well, we found Peachy Carnahan. Long distance runner. Hey, good stuff. Eh. Ow.
There's the one! Get him!
And they've lost interest in me. God, I love this game. It's so weirdly broken at every turn.
I guess there's nothing we can do for it now. There's the one that's done it! Wolf!
I wonder if
Why
you
are we
lived
doing
through
this
that.
to each other?
I don't think so. What about Frostpunk? It had a story in survival. It did. The only thing I didn't like about Frostpunk was that, you know, it was a city manager game. But no, Frostpunk is actually a great example of what I'm looking for. It just, you know, you're just kind of staring down at it from on high. Soviets take Berlin. Don't see anything else around here. I have a lot of busted weapons. So let's head for the golden records. Can I? Yep. But yeah, Frostpunk was good at getting me invested in the colony. The only problem I had with Frostpunk was it was also it was a time-limited thing. Like, instead of having a story with kind of a beginning, middle, and end, or whatever, it was kind of just a... If you, well...
It's not your bloody birthday, is it?
If you didn't...
Some stuff, Arthur, or it's going to be tediously slow going.
It's also
If you didn't explore everywhere
It's
and
not
see
personal.
everything... attacks with fists do slightly more damage. Stackable. Useful.
Please!
Like, if you didn't do the story in time, you know, looking at all the other places, and, like, figuring out else, figuring out like what happened to the world, effectively the game would just end on you, and you couldn't like continue. And what I wanted was the ability to like continue and like keep going and look at stuff. But the problem is, by the time it was over, I wasn't that interested in playing it again to get the rest of the story.
In my bed.
It's kind of lagging here. Stiff upper lip reduces all damage taken by a small amount. Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna grab that one. Do we have anything else over here? Kettles, nah. Okay, so let's get rid of a lot of these busted shovels and bats. Didn't even know I was picking them all up. I guess I have been. Oh, they didn't show up on the selling screen. That's why I couldn't get rid of them. Oh, and that electric truncheon was well past its expiration date.
Who are you hiding from, lurker?
Nothing here.
It's him!
I've always liked you, actually.
I'm a bad person. At least in this game. See, Wander, you should shout out your Twitch on YouTube to get more views. That's a bit of a touchy subject, admittedly. Yeah, if you're watching this series and you didn't know, I stream this. I stream almost every bit of my content. But no, it's a bit of a touchy subject.
It's probably starting to roll in about now.
You traded them for food?
You don't belong here!
YouTube does not like it when you, like, drive traffic
really
away
have to
from the
do this?
site to Twitch. So specifically, they were, they've been, punishing channels for, like, putting up, stream announcements and whatnot. And so I've been very leery about, like, putting up any kind of announcement or anything of the sort.
You are. Find somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I also can't stream on YouTube at the
Just
same
lie
time,
down.
but that's separate. But so, like, I don't know. I would like to figure out how to drive traffic better, but the main problem is I don't want to bite the hand that feeds in either direction. Because, well, YouTube and Twitch kind of jointly pay my bills. YouTube more than Twitch, so, like, part of the reason why I guess I'm not, like, wholly motivated is just because, well, technically it's better for me, for more people to watch on YouTube than Twitch, too. Is there anything actually up here? That doesn't look like it, just kind of a nice hidey hole, nothing more. Then I can just jump down. Okay, hey, track access hatch. Well, that waypoint is messed up. Yeah, okay, it's just one of the really boring ones.
Put that away. You
But
want
no.
to get us both around.
People still don't actually, like, I will get comments from people being like, wait, you stream on Twitch? Like, fully
Why
seriously.
are we doing this to each
It
other?
always surprises me a little bit. But, I mean, I don't know, whatever. I try very hard to make the content work on both platforms. I also get a lot of people that think my name is Wanderbot, which is kind of amusing. I mean, it works, I guess. Sorta. Kinda. Alright. Sneaky shoes. Ooh. Oh, I like the sound of that. Alright, well, my inventory is mad full. To inventory. Place all components. Yes. Bap. Oh, sort by recent, sort by weight. There we go. Nope. It still switches around left and right. Alright, well, we don't need the pipes. At some point, I'll go sell a bunch of these. I guess let's sort it based on resource. So we don't need any more antiseptic bandages. Definitely don't need all this bread. I barely eat as it is. Strange meat. Gross. Okay, and I'm gonna hold on to the lily bulbs for a bit. We don't need the spiked bricks. They're lethal. I'm like a terrible person, but I also never actually actively try and kill anybody. Role-playing. Okay, put away the enhanced rock. Put away the regular rocks. Should probably go back to collecting some rocks along the way. Okay, and the only thing left are like kind of the rubber ducks and the teacups for whatever reason aren't sorted as anything. Scrounger. Small chance to find extra items when scavenging. Hell yeah. Nope, that's the pneumatic stash. The hitboxes on some of these is kind of awkward. Bludgeoner. Oh, melee weapons consume slightly less stamina. Nice. Alright, let's see. We're a bit injured. Might as well use this. Where do we go next? Let's keep exploring this area. There's a ton. Let's see. Wonder only has 200,000 plus subs. Sadly, I wish he got more, so he doesn't have to work so hard. I really enjoy my job. Like I've talked about this before.
I've always sort of liked the night.
Oh, I forgot to throw the
Quiet.
switch. You were correct.
Aside from the occasional scream.
Also, is that fog moving or is that always there? But yeah, you're totally right. I did forget to flip the switch. No, before I started this whole thing, I was how do I even describe it? I was working a job I really didn't like. And so when that eventually fell through, YouTube was kind of there to just pick up the pieces for me. Not exactly like I'm making it sound a little bit dramatic, but effectively like I kind of fell into this in a very convenient manner. And I've always enjoyed gaming. You know, I didn't grow up with a whole lot of friends. Hallucinogenic salad. Okay, I gotta check that. These people are mad, even for wastrels. I think they need help. Okay, up here. I didn't grow up with a whole lot of friends. You know, I moved around a ton.
There is no fucking dog!
They don't seem to be in the mood for a rational conversation, do they?
Daisy, give me your answer, do.
We're not bloody bed and breakfast, are we?
All for the love.
I've always liked you, actually.
It won't be a stylish marriage.
But so yeah, didn't have a whole lot of friends growing up, but I did have video games. So video games have always kind of been my like replacement. Yeah, did she just jump? She did. Okay, anyway, I need this guy. Okay, there's a banger trap right there. Oh, he's dead.
But you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Daisy,
Anyway,
Daisy,
I should-
give me your answer, do.
I should bring some rocks.
Daisy, all for the love.
There we go.
Can't we work something out? No?
Okay. But yeah, so lost my job, didn't have much to do for a while, tried applying at a bunch of places, and ultimately kind of fell into YouTube. I was already doing YouTube at the time. But that was about the point when, like, a number of series kind of pushed me over the edge.
We ate all the dogs during the war.
And then actually being able to, like... pay the bills and stuff. Which is really appreciated. Ow. Jesus. That was awkward. I'm gonna wait here. thank you. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the NPCs have infinite stamina in this game, which makes them hurt real bad. You mean scrap mechanic in Fallout? I actually made the decision to go full-time on YouTube before I did either scrap mechanic or Fallout. What happened was I decided to go full-time on YouTube when I hit about 10,000 subs. Obviously, I still wasn't pulling in much, as you know, that's not actually that much money at the time. It seemed like a lot because, you know, I hadn't had a job apart from working for Empty Atomizer. Huh. Yeah, I hadn't had a job except for working at UPS for a little while. But obviously that was not exactly the greatest job.
Mushrooms? They're taking hallucinogenic mushrooms? That's not good. Oh! Look, it's not you, it's me.
I'm not cooking for you.
Didn't expect you to.
Sorry,
Right.
but you'll thank me later. Well, probably not.
There we go. But yeah, so I actually decided to melee weapons do slightly more damage. Yeah, we need these upgrades bad. But yeah, so I decided to
Maybe
go.
I can use this for something that doesn't involve throwing myself off a rooftop. This could be useful.
Okay. Too many interruptions. So yeah, decided to go full-time on YouTube before I even did Fallout or Scrap Mechanic. It was kind of after, Vagante, Catacomb Kids, Cavern Kings, and, Holy Potatoes Weapon Shop kind of pushed me over 10,000. I was like, yeah, you know, it's not much, but, like, this is better than my, current prospects. So, Uncle Jack? That's interesting. So pretty much, from then on, my channel kind of exploded.
Jack, don't they?
Fake Uncle Jack. That's interesting. I guess let's follow. But yeah, so after that point, my channel kind of exploded in a really nice way, and so I was just like, yeah, all right, I can actually, you know, make this work. And moved out pretty much the same year. And so after that, I've always just been kind of happy to do this, even though it's like a ton of work and like a ton of hours put in. It's still fun, and it also is kind of a nice way to. It's a nice way of living for myself and Shell to some degree, because it means both of us can kind of focus on what we need to do. Anyway, hello. Maybe I have to do this in the daytime.
Hello, I'm Uncle Jack, and this is Well. Ask yourself a few questions. Do you feel pain in your bones? Are you having trouble catching your breath? Do you bruise easily? Are your teeth a little loose in their sockets? Is your mouth often dry? Do you find your muscles are sore, even when you haven't been overusing them? You have scurvy. And congratulations, this is one of our traditional English enemies. And like all traditional English enemies, we've beaten it before, and we'll beat it again. Now, why are you getting scurvy when you're not on a boat? I'm afraid some of you have been a bit naughty. You're not having your traditional English 2-veg. If you're eating millet bread or moss cakes, they are not good sources of the sea. And I'm sad to say, victory meat does not contain any vitamin C. But not to worry, fresh meat contains vitamin C. So, if you can get some fresh rat, you're all set. If you can't get meat, then remember, lots of weeds have vitamin C. Sorrel has 48 milligrams of vitamin C for every 100 grams you eat. Chicory has 24. Clover and dandelions are smashing sources of vitamin C. In fact, I think it's safe to say that just about anything that's green and grows in the ground contains some vitamin C. Well, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. Tune in again next time when we'll talk about malaria. It's not nearly as bad as it sounds. Most people survive it. This is Dr. Jack Worthing, saying my prescription for you is to stay well.
I wonder what they'd do if I powered that TV set. Probably throw a party in front of it. Leaving all their houses empty.
Okay, power the TV secondary. How do I power the... Oh. Where's the power cell in my inventory? Oh no. Oh no. I apparently... was a dumb. Alright, let's go get a power cell. I should probably actually remember to carry a bunch of those with me. Oh well. Do 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 do.